Hey everybody, welcome to What's Up Wednesday. This week, I want to address a topic that keeps coming up that in the safety profession, I think it's kind of hard for us to grasp, and that's artificial intelligence and how it's going to affect our jobs in health and safety. Now, I think honestly, AI is going to affect our jobs tremendously in many ways that we don't even understand yet. I know that for many of us who maybe work in more of an office setting, we're using AI regularly through the use of ChatGPT and OpenAI and different tools to help us create documents, to write, to do a lot of things. It's a tremendous resource and asset. But when we look towards intelligence and we look towards the field, there's a big trend in wearables. Now, I don't know how many out there wear a Fitbit. This is a Fitbit watch. And I love my Fitbit. I've given up all my other watches because this Fitbit tracks my sleep. It tracks how many steps I get in a day. It tracks my heart rate. It tracks my exercise. It tracks everything for me and helps to keep me kind of on focus with my balance of, nutrition, exercise, etc. And it is a wearable that collects all kinds of information on me. It's tremendous. And I don't know that I could live without it. I know that a good friend of mine, Shannon Posey, who developed a product called Smart Connect, which was originally designed to be worn within the chemical and petrochemical industry during turnaround type of work. It was a wearable that would go on somebody's hard hat that would be able to track all kinds of things from training to areas they were allowed to be or not allowed to enter, and it could track if somebody fell. So there's so much technology right now in the wearable sector that I think that we need to be aware of, we need to pay attention to because this is evolving quickly and it's going to change, I think, the way that we work with our workforces. We're going to be able to track where our people are. We're going to be able to track if somebody has fallen. We're just going to have so much more connectivity in many ways. But when we think about this too, these devices are designed or intended to prevent accidents by ideally spotting risks before they occur. Um, it's kind of like warning somebody that they're tired. I know that I have a 2020 Toyota Tundra, and I'll get a notice that shows up on my display on my dash if I've been driving a certain amount of time. It tells me, you know what, time to stop and rest and get some coffee because, it is trying to warn me ahead of time that I might be getting tired. And these are all examples of the type of technology I think that are emerging into our space. Now, there are some questions around this stuff that raise concerns. One, we have privacy issues because, you are collecting data on somebody personally. We have potentially some comfort issues because people have to wear something. And then there's the cost aspect of it. Obviously, a lot of the wearable technology right now is fairly expensive, but as it becomes more prominent and we start to see the use of it increase in volume, then obviously the cost is going to come down over time. The other thing I think is we have to kind of question the accuracy of the data. We're getting there, but it's going to take a while to evolve to where the data is absolutely reliable with plus or minus 1%. I think, a lot of what I've looked at so far, the uh, the variability in the data and the validity of the data, the reliability of the data is maybe 90% at best. So there's going to be a lot of evolution that's coming in this area. But, look at different devices for lone workers, for, tracking worker movement and efficiency. There's so much opportunity to increase efficiency and production by understanding movements of workers. That's another use, I think, of wearables as we can track efficiency of movement. And obviously, time is money and time is production. So, a lot of things out there. If you're attending a PDC, a professional development conference in your region, if you're attending a national conference like National Safety Congress, which just occurred, or ASSP Safety 2026 next June in Anaheim, go through the exhibition hall and check out some of the booths where the technology companies are showing what they have available as far as wearables, as far as different management systems and platforms to be able to document data. It's really incredible where the industry is going. It's hard to keep up. As I mentioned at the beginning of this, it's hard to know how artificial intelligence is going to change our jobs, but I think it's becoming a little bit more clear every day. And I think one of the fears is that we need to be able to put some controls in place in how we utilize it. But at the same time, I think the upside is that there's going to be so much opportunity to track data and information that we can't today, because the evolution of this technology is providing opportunities that we never thought would exist. So check it out, do a little bit of research, talk to some people, maybe schedule speakers to kind of go over what the technology looks like. And hopefully that's helpful. And we'll see you next Wednesday.